And welcome back to another edition of the High Performance Living Touchcast. And this week we talk about hydration.
Yep. So this week our question is actually related to your morning routine. So what does your morning routine look like? Do you have a morning routine? And how does it set you up to sort of make your day as fulfilled and as successful as it can be? The reason we wanted to sort of relate this back to drinking is when you first wake up in the morning, your body tends to be the most dehydrated. So one of the first things we want you to do is have a nice glass of water immediately on waking. So for some people that might mean leaving a glass in the bathroom because it might be the first place you go, or leaving it right next to your bed so that you can do that just as you're getting out of bed and kind of waking up. That way you're kind of prior planning so that you've got yourself ready to set up your day. And so then ideally whatever routine then you develop into just sort of sets you up and rolling into a positive light for that day.
Absolutely. So with this week, we talk a little bit about this week we're going to do a top 3 versus a normal top 5. So with the idea of how do you hydrate properly, we actually want to kind of relate this back to us as veterinary professionals. I'm not a veterinary professional, but working within the industry is thinking about the animals themselves and how do they drink and what do they do whenever they're drinking and what does their routine look like and how does it relate to what we do. So the first one, again, as we kind of brought up there, was drinking upon waking in the morning. So you're kind of properly hydrating from there.
The next thing we want to talk about is just drinking to your specific level of thirst. So you don't necessarily need to over drink or under drink. And I think, again, relating back to animals, it's not like unless you have an ill animal, but generally a healthy animal, you're not having to say, okay, you need to drink so many ounces of water per day. They're pretty good at knowing their body and understanding the signals within their body to drink to an appropriate level of their thirst. Mm-hmm. So we want to encourage you to have some body awareness and think about that as well, drinking to your appropriate level of thirst.
Right. And then the third one that goes along with that is not overhydrating. So a lot of people will think that more is better, and it really is not the case sometimes. So you can actually have water toxicity. So making sure that you're not drinking too much. I've heard about 100-pound women that are drinking 2 gallons of water a day, and it's just way more than what they need to do. So this is really, again, listening to your body, being in touch with what you have going on in your body, and kind of think of yourself as an animal of how they would drink. So from there, we're going to move on into this week. We would like for you to kind of touch base with us. We don't have a poll or anything this week, but we'd like for you to kind of let us know your thoughts on hydration. So you can just click right there on the screen, and if you click on the picture, it'll take you over to the blog.
Yep. And that will talk more about hydration this week. You can certainly reference back to last time we discussed hydration as well. There's a recipe from last go round, and then there will be a recipe this week in a couple of days. So you'll have some ways to encourage yourself to hydrate, whether it's infused waters or, just some things to keep things more interesting. So people tend to get bored with water.
Right.
So this is a way to kind of encourage you to drink a little bit more, but obviously not over drinking either.
Absolutely. And thinking about actually what water is and water as a true fluid, and it's not just the water that comes in from soft drinks and coffee and teas and everything else as well.
Yeah, none of that really counts, and that's tough for me because I like my coffee or tea.
Yes.
So have to think about having water outside of that as well.
Yeah. So for this week, this is Ryan and Jen. We're out. Hit us up over on the website and like us on Facebook, on Twitter, on all the different social media, Google+. So follow us over there. There's always new information all around the website.
Thank you. Have a great week.